So, guys, we have to get into this because Howie Mandel is clapping back and Katie Maloney is giving her side after watching the Vanderpump Rules episode, the newest episode last night. Not only that, but Ariana Maddox shares, well, an interesting post where she just looks like she's thriving and doing better than ever. So, of course, we're going to react to all of it with the clips. I'm going to start with the Howie Mandel of it all because it's a lot. It's a lot to go over. Here we go. Thank you to Vanderpump Rules Party Podcast for sharing this.
They have some very funny takes on me.
Yeah.
Such as?
So Lala, in her story, she doesn't know me. The first thing she says, she's sitting in the dark. She's sitting in some hotel room in New York in the dark.
Talking about his lighting.
Saying that the lighting was bad on my podcast.
That's a good point.
She's in the dark. That was her criticism.
There is beef between Howie Mandel and Lala right now. Lala and Howie, It is so acrimonious. And now I'm in the middle of that. You're in the middle of Scandoval. I'm in the middle of you and Lala. Now I got to go get Lala.
To be in the middle of Scandoval.
Get me Lala. And Tuesday on my next broadcast, and they have some very funny takes on me.
Yeah. I mean, they definitely have some very funny takes on him. But also, Lala Kent and Andy Cohen both slammed this interview because Lala was like, how are you going to do an interview with the game show host who does the fist bumping and is a germaphobe, which I don't know if that necessarily has anything to do with it. But also, let's not forget that he is a judge on America's Got Talent, which she did later clarify on her Instagram page. But Andy Cohen was saying, I don't understand why Tom decided to do this interview. I felt like this annoyed not only me, producers and Bravo. They put a lot of money into this. And he's like, and if Howie was going to do this interview, just like if Andy Cohen decided he was going to do an interview with, I don't know, maybe the Deal or No Deal team, that he would watch Deal or No Deal. Well, Vanderpump Rules fans and the Bravo sphere has reacted. And now Howie Mandel is just giving his side of the story. It keeps going. Here we go.
Before you take a side, Bravo fans are very passionate.
Yes, they are.
Said. Are you scared of Vanderpump Nation right now? Are you terrified of what's happening?
Terrified. You have no idea. If you, this is the only time I've been using my phone is to talk to you. My Twitter feed is a mess of hate.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I usually post every day on
Start
Twitter,
firing back, Howie. Start firing back. I want to see you just go.
No,
off.
I don't want to engage anybody in a fight. But this is the first time in 2 years I haven't posted a TikTok. I haven't posted an Instagram. I haven't.
He's
posted
in hiding.
A tweet.
He's in a remote location right here.
Yes, I'm on lockdown. I have never felt this kind of vitriol, negativity.
Let me connect with you before you.
I mean, he's not wrong. On lockdown, that's probably the best way to put it because right now, fans are furious. Now, I said this in one of my pre-records for Up and Adam, the main channel, but we have a subscriber who reached out to me to just let me know her thoughts, which was an interesting take. In letting me know her thoughts, she just explained Howie Mandel, while he did not watch Vanderpump Rules, he did make sure to reiterate time and time again that he has met Tom Sandoval several times. So he felt like he knew him as a guy separate from the show, and he really commended the fact that he was opening up about his mental health. Now, there were a few things that fans were challenging, like Tom Sandoval saying that he was 4 days sober, and then later in the week going and doing his show, Tom Sandoval in the Most Extras, and he's pouring alcohol into these cups and taking his own shots, right? But that has nothing to do with the interview. It just seems like fans right now are going to clock you on everything. But also, this subscriber let me know that Howie Mandel's daughter is a huge fan of the show. So even though Howie did not know who the cast was, she did, and she kind of acted as sort of like an assistant in this conversation to help keep it moving. Whereas Howie was asking more about something that a lot of people can relate to, which is being cheated on or having a friend being cheated on, something like that. He was not going to go into this interview and roast him as if it was a deposition, he said. He said instead he wanted to go into this because it is a podcast and he wanted to ask the questions. It was not a roast fest. It was a podcast. But since we're talking about Vanderpump Rules, before we get into the celebrating Ariana Maddox of it all, Katie Maloney also chimed into the conversation, even though she said she wouldn't, and she said this. Hold on.
That I wasn't going to go on my story and talk about the episodes anymore because, I don't know, sometimes I just don't want it to be recirculated everywhere. But here we go.
Here we go.
Recirculated.
Recirculate.
On tonight's episode of Vanderpump Rules, Sheena got married, and I watched it from the balcony. Well, I only watched a few minutes. I watched the beginning.
Okay.
And you saw a little bit of that, but I just want to say the things that you didn't hear me say.
Okay.
Because I thought it was a beautiful ceremony. I loved the bridesmaid colored dresses. I love Sheena's dress.
That's sweet.
And when I said I could cry, is because the song choice that she walked out to was Somewhere Over the Rainbow, and I thought that was just perfect for the setting and everything. And so when I got back inside and I said, well, weddings are beautiful, but not this one, you know, I was going through a lot. So
okay. All right.
Okay. And then later on in the episode, I noticed that Sheena had the same officiant from her first wedding.
She did point that out.
Wedding. And Sheena went on her story and said, that was my cousin, and it meant something to me because he's my favorite cousin.
Okay.
And the thing with weddings is that they are personal, and people always want to weigh in and have comments and say like, well, that's not what I would do.
Well, that's what Katie did.
You know, they want to pick things apart, and I wasn't necessarily trying to pick things apart. I was just being observant, and I'm not making excuses. I didn't mean it as an insult, and I apologize for that.
Oh, thank you.
You know, I think whatever is going to make your day special and meaningful to you, you absolutely should do that, regardless of what anyone thinks. So that's always my advice. Be ruthless. Don't give a fuck about what people think or how they're going to feel about your day.
Okay, well, she's letting us know that we watched her on the episode and it seemed like she was bitter Betty. Like she wasn't supporting Sheena's wedding, but she's like, let me clarify. I was going through a very hard time. And like she said in last night's episode to Christina Kelly, she pointed out, hey, listen, at the end of the day, no, I wouldn't have come to Mexico. I wouldn't have come to Mexico had there, you know, like now knowing what I know, which all right. But I want to celebrate Ariana Maddox for a second because Ariana posted this on her Instagram, and I thought that this was really, really interesting. Go Ariana Maddox, girl. Here we go. Can't play the music on it, obviously, but let's just see the post.
I think.
Let's mute the post so we don't get in trouble for it. Boom. Bloomingdale's, yes, rock the revenge dresses. It's Wednesday and we're pumped. Guess who stopped by our New York City flagship for some hashtag revenge dress shopping? Okay. I love this. Go Ariana Maddox. She is winning them all. Guys, I want to ask you what your thoughts are about all of this. Again, we are on the main channel today and we will be doing our Vanderpump Rules recap at 1 p.m. Eastern. We will post the link in the comments. This has been wild. I don't know. I love a good reaction video, and I hope you guys do too. Yeah.